Alright, 今日何曜日? It's 土曜日. Today is Saturday, February 25th, 2023, here in Pacifica, California, 12 miles south of San Francisco. Oh boy, let me just take a real quick sip. Today, before I do that, just going to talk about feeding. I know everybody's eager to feed, but look at the temperature right here in Pacifica. 37 low, 48 high. I just saw a good friend, Medaka Friends, on Instagram. He was uploading a picture. He's down in LA, and there's a blizzard warning, I think. And definitely, it was snowing where he was. So, winter is back in California. And let's just talk about feeding. Let me just take a quick sip before I do that. But the best beer of the day is a beer that I could have when all you Medaka heads are here with me. So, kanpai chin chin, real quick sip. Oh yeah. That just made my Saturday. So, 2 weeks ago, the last video that I uploaded, I was like, yeah, Medaka season's in. That was the first day I started feeding them. Still, this is Hikari, Medaka no Mai, maintenance. And the beauty of this is, you gotta trust me on this. This is protein, and then you have fat. It's low protein, it's only 38%. Typically it's about 50 plus, and then the fat content's only 7% instead of typically, I don't know, 9 to 10%. Why use this during the cooler seasons is because it's easier for the medakas to digest. So if you're looking for anything, look for something with low protein, low fat. Especially when these guys and gals are coming out of winter. Their stomach's not ready yet, right? So let me go back. So if the temperature of the water is 55. So my rule of thumb is when you have 3 consecutive days where the average temperature, right, is 50 degrees Fahrenheit, right, which is not, right, it's good to go. It's safe to go. But then you may ask, well, that's the temperature, but outside in the air, but when you actually take the temperature in a tub like this, depending on where it's located, if you get a lot of sun, it won't warm up during the day and it gets up to 54. But the problem is, it'll get up to 54, but then at nighttime, the temperature is going to drop to like 30 plus, right? So what is going to happen? They're greeting me, they're eager to eat, right? If it was really cold, they won't even come up near the surface. So it's super tempting, right? Like, it's almost like I would like to give you some food. They're begging for food. But what's going to happen is, it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours for medakas to digest food. Again, they are stomakless fish. They don't have stomachs, right? It just goes through their system. But as the temperature comes down during the day, their digestive system basically comes to a halt. Okay? So if I feed them right now, whatever is left in their digestive system, it's just going to sit there. And what's going to happen is you're going to get sick medakas. You're just going to see their bellies blowing up as if they are pregnant. And when that happens, a lot of times, medakas, they will not survive. So even if you're super tempted to feed your medakas, it's better to say, hey man, it's a no-go today. Part of medakas, keeping medakas, the fun part is them greeting you in the morning, right? And they're just like begging for food, right? And you need to know when to kind of say, yeah, sorry, boys and girls, I can't feed you today. And again, they're in green water. There's a whole bunch of phytoplanktons in here. They're able to, as you can see, they're not skittish. They're not skinny. All right. There's a bunch of stuff here. Infusoria, phytoplanktons. They'll nibble on stuff and they'll be fine. So, just going to keep this nice and short today. So today, I want to feed them, but I'm going to hold off, just because I know we're going to get 4 more days of rain, and the temperature is not really going to. It's not going to get warmer, unfortunately. So today, all I am going to do, today's medakatsu, I'm just going to observe to make sure they're doing okay. Here's a tub right here. These are the guys that I had indoors during the winter because they were way too small going into winter. And prior to going to Japan, I brought these guys outside, and as I was putting them in, I counted them, and I counted 14, and there's still 14 swimming in here, so they're doing well. By the way, these 3 right here, 1, 2, I know you can't see, they're Yozakuras. These guys are little Miyukis. Same thing. They were born in October-ish. They're still tiny. They're still small. Man. Focus. They're doing well. These guys are my OGs. Some are about 3 years old now. They have retired. Yeah. But they're all looking hungry. But again, the temptation is here. You know, I want to feed them, but I don't want them to get sick. Because it's going to be another cold one tonight. And the forecast says it's going to rain again until Tuesday, so another 4 days of rain. So, by the way, rainy days, regardless of if it's summertime or not, I don't feed. The water conditions are changing because of the rain. It's just best not to feed. My best friend's in here. Actually, the logo that I drew, MedakaMetal's logo on, I think it's on YouTube or whatever. He's a mascot. He's like a shorty, but you can see how the back is bent, right? Maybe it's hard to see from this angle because of the light, but the back is kind of bent like a lightning bolt, right? So that's where, yeah, so he's a mascot. So I drew a Medaka, and since that bending portion reminded me of a lightning bolt, I just put a lightning bolt on the Medaka that I drew. This guy's probably almost 2 years old. It's a Miyuki. Kind of a short-bodied with a bent back, or cricket back. This guy's a Yozakura that has a bent back that's kind of like arched down. but these guys are my favorites. I put deformed, I should say. Deformed guys and girls with character in here. So that's what this is. All right. It's showing the same thing over and over again, but these guys were born probably, I don't know, September of 2022. Miyukis. They're sizing up. They haven't colored up yet, but these guys are doing fine. Some Yozakuras. See, Medakas only live for 2 to 3 years, right? And they're different from kois. How are they different from kois and goldfishes? Kois live up to 30 years. Some goldfishes will live up to 10 years. So you have that much time to enjoy them, right? A lot of people say that medakas are the miniature version of kois, but they're not, because they only have a lifespan of 2 to 3 years. As far as looks, this one still looks okay, but the rest, you could see like their color. A lot of the color is fading. So medakas, as far as their appearance, you have about, I would say, 6 months where you're kind of like, man, that one looks like it belongs in a magazine, stuff like that. So it takes a while for them to develop their looks, right? Close to 8 months you need at least. And then after that, you have about 4 to 6 months of enjoying that. And then after that, the colors, they'll start turning gray. They're lame. Lames are what you see, these dots, right? The dots, the scales with the reflections, right? That's lame. You can see the head itself. It was pretty dark orange, but now it's fading, right? It's because these guys and girls are getting old. So again, if anybody starts comparing kois and, you know, like medakas, or these are the miniature version of kois, no. They live a lot longer, and they have that beauty. Medakas only live for 2 to 3 years. And as far as the color, the looks, you're really going to be able to only enjoy them for a limited amount of time, 4 to 6 months. Right. This one's an okay tricolor. This one's a year and 3 months old, I think. There's one right there. There's another one up there. It's too much red. I shouldn't say red. Medakas do not have the red pigment. They have yellow, they have black, they have white, and they have nijishikiso. What is nijishikiso? Nijishikiso is the rainbow. Whenever you see the lame, like we saw over here, if I could find one, the scale that has glitter, basically just think glitter. That's the rainbow shikiso, niji shikiso. The miyuki, when you have the spine looking all blue, in the US they call it like platinum blue, right? That's basically the niji shikiso, the rainbow color. It's a glitter. A lot of the medakas will have silver bellies. They'll have the silver around their eyes, right? That's the niji shikiso, rainbow color. So whenever you see the glitter on medakas, that's the rainbow. So going back, so they only have black, white, yellow, and the nijishikiso. The combination of those four, right, create what you're seeing right now, or you're seeing on magazines or online. I don't even know why I keep on saying magazines, because everything's online now, but goldfishes, kois, they have the red pigment, right? So that's why you'll never see medakas that are completely red. They'll be dark orange, but never red, because they don't have the red pigmentation. It's a combination of the yellow and the black that makes it kind of orange. And so, okay. I think I'm done with checking out how my medakas are for today, which I wanted to do. And this is my medakatsu. Again, medakatsu. What is medakatsu? Medakatsu is when you're actively doing something. We're thinking about medakas. This is my experimental bin tub. It's tiny. I forgot to check these guys out, but the glare. It's too hard to see, sorry. All right, we'll do it again next time. Again, it's so tempting to feed these guys, right? Guys and girls, but just look at the forecast. When you don't have 3 consecutive days where the average temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit, hold off. If it's going to rain, if it's going to snow, what have you, hold off. Just don't feed them. They'll be fine. They have tons of stuff in here. Phytoplanktons, green water, Amphosoria in here. And Amphosoria is these microscopic organisms that are swimming in there that they're eating right now as we speak. They'll find something. They'll probably eat the pollens that fall in here. So don't worry. They're not going to starve to death. Just don't feed them when the temperature is low, because they'll get sick.